What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? It is Wednesday. As promised, I am back, but at an earlier time. Like I said, we got things going on. But we going like I said, we're gonna continue to push out these episodes, get them out on time. Maybe ahead of time, but we're gonna get them out, and that's that. So get ready for another explosive episode here on the podcast. Before we go ahead and jump into this, make sure you share, retweet, tweet, like, comment, join the conversation. We got a nice one. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to the See Through It Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? It is Wednesday, like I said, February 3rd. February the 3rd. You know what month this is? The month of Black History Month. It is Black History Month. Before we get into all that, I'm gonna step away from the mic so you can see what I got on right now. That's that WC patch, the Warriors Collection patch. It's that bleh. Isn't that what the is that what that one kid, the new TikTok thing that everyone's doing? Don't worry about what I got on. This that splat. But yeah, this is the Warriors Collection hoodie insignia patch. You can go ahead and go to the warriorscollectionbrand.com. Go to the store and get you one. Go and get you one. Have it in colors of black, as you see here, gray, and a forest green. Green is it's one of my favorite colors, if not the color. I think it's one of my favorite colors. But so many greens out there. That's a whole nother. But there's so many greens out there. But yeah, so you can go right over there to www.warriorscollectionbrand.com and get you one. Now that we got that out of the way, folks, it is Black History Month. And, oh, man. This one's a doozy. I as you see the title, episode 42, it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. You might be saying, what do you mean it does nothing for me? Well, exactly. What does it do for me? Black History Month. What is it? Can you tell me what that is? Can you tell me the history of it? What do you know of Black History Month? Why is it needed? Why do we feel that we need a month of history to observe history? As my thoughts went around this whole topic, I sat there and I thought about it. And then my mind went back to this past summer, and how I seen preachers and leaders of the communities and different people inside the community recite pieces of speeches just to further their agenda that they wanted to push. Just to solidify their agenda. They took pieces of speeches and used that to weaponize hate, anger, and all of that. And it disgusts me, because these people that I seen do this were leaders of churches, were leaders of different young men, that held some type of position inside the community or for a city. City councilmen, different mayors. And they use this to weaponize hate and anger, to encourage the young people to go out there and cause mayhem. I was disgusted. Because I went back and read that speech. I watched the speech. I read the speech. And Martin Luther King did not say or encourage violence at all. And these people took that and used it to encourage the young people to do violence, to cause chaos, to cause mayhem, to cause loss of life, loss of property. They did that. So with this month being Black History Month, I sit here and I'm wondering how many people actually know the history of the people that we're using to incite the violence or other things just to further our agenda. How many people actually are reading about our past? This is Black History Month, but we're destroying history. We're not telling the full truth on history. We're picking bits and pieces from history just to make ourselves feel good. We're taking pieces from Malcolm X. That's one of my favorite ones. People take parts from Malcolm X and use that to push their evil agenda. And not realize, and the people that's listening to it, they don't understand that was old Malcolm X. That wasn't the rebirth of Malcolm X. And what I mean by the rebirth, when he found out what the NOI was, when he found out what was going on inside of that organization, after he learned that everything that he was, the people that he was following, the person that he was following was a fraud. Then he began to seek out his own truth and wanted to empower the people. And then they took him out. How many people knew that? How many people knew about the corruption in the NOI? Not many, because we don't know our history. Black History Month. The reason why I don't like it, because I've never really liked it. I've never really been a fan of Black History Month. Every time it rolled around while I was in school, I always felt weird. It's like they put the spotlight on, it's 20, 25 kids in a classroom, and they highlight 3 of us, and we looking at each other like, what is going on here? We don't want to be the center of attention. We don't want to be the center of attention, especially after, when I was in school, we was learning about the Indians and the Jewish and different cultures and all that. We was learning history, and then for them to, we didn't fully understand the whole month thing, that we had a whole month, and it's just like, wow, I didn't like how it felt. I didn't want that spotlight. I didn't feel like it was necessary. I felt like I just wanted to learn the history of everything. Because we highlight Black History Month, but we don't point out the fact that there were other people inside of that movement, and especially in the Civil Rights Movement, that played a huge part. Let me say what the movement was called. It was called Civil Rights Movement, not a black movement. Civil Rights Movement, meaning civil rights for all, equality for all. Some might be saying, well, we're not equal. We wasn't equal. So, I mean, everything that's going on now, Black Lives Matter, it makes sense. We're the only ones being killed. Let me stop you there. That's false. I've seen videos of other people being killed by police. Well, they're not getting gunned down like we are. Well, let me stop you there. The media is telling you that. The media is telling you that. There's tons of other people being gunned down also. It doesn't fit their agenda when they talk about white men or white women being shot. Who's going to get angry at that? I mean, we all should get angry, but that doesn't stir the pot fast enough. That doesn't heat the pot up fast enough. You know what heats the pot up fast enough? Black male being shot by a white cop. That is what heats the pot up fast. And they know this because they know you are emotional. But I don't want to get too far off topic. I never liked the way it made me feel when I was younger. Like I said, I've seen both sides of racism, from white people and black. You know, my black is not the right type of black. I guess in this camera you can see that I'm kind of light skinned. I'm with the lighting right now. I look almost yellow. I forgot to turn off my grow light. I'm growing food, folks. That's the light. That's that purple hue that you see right there. I'm growing food. But yeah, I'm not the right type of black. So when I was in school, I couldn't hang around certain kids because I wasn't as dark as them, because I was too light. What do you call that? Where did they get that from? Someone in their household must have felt some type of way against light-skinned black people. And then the same from the white side. I was black. They didn't care what shade of black I was black, so I couldn't be around them. So I felt both sides of that. I felt both sides, and I never liked it. So when Black History Month rolls around and we all supposed to be all proud of Black history, I'm sitting there looking at the other black student that just called me all types of names, and I couldn't be around them because I wasn't their shade of black. I'm sitting there confused, lost. What are we doing? I never liked it. Tell me, why do you like it? Leave it in the comments. Tell me, why do you like it? Why do we need Black History Month? I'm not saying we should banish it or, destroy it. I want to understand, why do we need it? Because we were slaves? Because our ancestors were slaves? Is that why we need Black History Month? Because they were slaves for a long time? If that's the reason, I would love to know. Because when I ask people, they can't give me any real information. They say because the civil rights movement. Okay. And then if I go further into that conversation, I say, well, history is we're supposed to be learning how to not repeat that history, right? Yeah, of course. We're supposed to better ourselves. Would you say we're bettering ourselves by everything that's going on? Are we doing the right things? Black History Month. I don't want the month. If we're talking about equality, that's what I want. I want to be equal with everyone else. I don't want the feel-good moral victory. I have a month to celebrate history that I know nothing of. And Hulu, I turn on Hulu February 1st and all I see is black ads. I honestly, I don't want to see it. I'm not here for a 28 days of promoting black anything and it disappear. That should make you feel some type of way. You only matter in February? You only matter in February for 28 days? It's only 28 days. And what do you do in this month? What do you do to celebrate? Oh, you put on the colors of the African, I forgot what it's called. I should have wrote that down. You put on that scarf. Do you even know what that scarf means? What are you celebrating? If you was to look yourself in the mirror, are you making your ancestors proud of how you're living today? Or are you making a mockery of what they went through by your actions today? That should be the huge questions right there. Would Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and the rest of them, would they be turning over? Would they even shake your hand? Would they associate themselves with you by your behavior and by how you're acting? If I was to look at it and judge it, I don't think so. I don't think Malcolm or Martin Luther King would be proud of the things that's taking place. Malcolm warned us of the liberal, the fox, and here we are, joined and teamed up with the fox, with the destruction of our own families, our own communities, playing victim. Everything he told us not to do, we're doing. We're doing. Everything he told us not to do, we're doing. Martin Luther King, with the preaching of equality, everyone being well represented, we're smashing that. We're not. We're it's amazing. I'm just sitting here lost by all of it. What are we doing? I get it now. We're more about these moral feel-good victories. That's where we're at. We don't even know our history, because if we did, we wouldn't be acting and carrying on the way that we are. Here's an example of history. I used to get in trouble for a certain thing. There was a reaction for it. There was an action for it. There was a consequence for it. So now it's a part of my memory. If I do this, then this is going to happen. But if I keep doing it, then I'm disregarding history. The same thing with what we're doing right now. We want to destroy history. We want to erase history. We don't look at history and be like, okay, they told us this, they told us that, we shouldn't be doing this, we should be going over here. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. What is the point of Black History Month? What is the point? Is it so that we can be so pro-Black? Is it so that we can be so pro-Black that we are blind to everything else? I've had a conversation with someone where someone said that I was holding someone accountable. You know, I was telling them that they were wrong for something, and it was common sense would have told you were wrong, but you know, I guess common sense wasn't applied at that point. But someone else jumped into the conversation, another Black person. They said, "Yo, you shouldn't be calling them out like that. We should be uplifting our people." I shouldn't hold him accountable for what he just said. I shouldn't hold him accountable for his actions because he's Black. Why is that? So we're so pro-Black, we're anti-accountability. We're so pro-Black that we're anti-responsibility. We're so pro-Black that we're anti-supporting each other in the right way. And what I mean by that is that, You know how you be in the community. You go to a store and you can see someone. You hear the conversation. Man, I can't pay that. What? Let me get it for the low. Let me get it for the low. But I thought you were supposed to be pro-black. Well, you ain't Michael Jordan. This ain't Gucci. Like, but we're so pro-black. Shouldn't you want to pay the price or whatever the set price is? You're so pro-black. We're only pro-black when it's a feel-good moment. We're only pro-black when we want to be pro-black. Like Black History Month. We're all pro-black. We're all pro-black. Next month come, won't see nothing to do with black. Except on these TVs, Hulu, with all the ads that they're pushing and all of that. I'm honestly just confused by the whole Black History Month thing. I really just want someone to clarify, why do we need it? Morgan Freeman said it in an interview. Why do we want our history regulated to a month? And I'm throwing this in to the shortest month. Why do we want our history regulated to a month? You don't celebrate it. You don't revisit it. And I'm not talking about jumping on BET, watching a movie that's barely giving you facts. Television is entertainment. They're not giving you truth. Malcolm X documentary came out in, 2019, 2018, during Black History Month. And no one on my Facebook timeline mentioned it, not once. Not once. It was on Netflix for free. I mean, you pay the subscription, but no one mentioned it. Black History Month. No one mentioned it. But the following month, a movie came out and everyone was talking about it. Again, I ask you, what is the point of Black History Month? I would love to know. I'm here for the conversations. I don't do debates. I'm here for the conversation because we can have a conversation about it. I need to understand. I need to know, why do we want a month? Why do we need to celebrate Black History Month? There's been multiple different cultures that came to this country and played their part in this country. The Chinese came over and helped build the railroads that led out to the west. During the wintertime, those people were made to live, or forced to live, outside the trailers that for the trains and the houses that they built. They built like a little camp for the workers that were working on the railroads. But the Chinese had to stay outside. A lot of them died, but they don't have a month. They helped build the railroads. I bet you didn't know that. The Mexicans, the Hispanics, doing jobs that no other American would do. Picking fruit, vegetables, and all that. That type of labor. Because we feel like we're too good to pick food for the wages that they're paying them. They're picking all of that. They don't have a month. The Indians, the first Americans, were drove from their lands, pushed way west, killed, tricked, played, killed by diseases, by war. We don't even cover them in the education anymore. When I was growing up, I grew up in Alabama. I knew about the Indian tribes throughout the South. Our school was named after an Indian tribe. We learned how to shoot arrows. We knew how to forge and not forge, but how to make an arrowhead. We knew the different Indian tribes. Now they don't even cover Indians. Why do we need a Black History Month? I got it. It's to remind you that you were a slave and that the white people kept you down. That's what it is. It's an agenda that these evil people are playing with. Because they're not giving you real history lessons. Nor do you want to know the real history. So they tout this month up, Black History Month, as a moral victory. Make you feel good. And now they got all the big tech corporations out there pushing all these ads to make you feel good. Like they really stand with you. But they don't. They don't. Like I said, it does nothing for me. Black History Month has never done anything for me. Any history that I have learned, I have read on my own. Any history that I wanted to know, I have searched out on my own. On my own. That's how I knew when I heard the speech, the pieces that they was pulling from out on Martin Luther King and using it to weaponize the young Black people this past summer. It made me sick. Because these are the people that grew up in the civil rights time, during the civil rights movement. These were the same people that grew up during those times, and they're using it for evil. But it's all right, because we so pro-Black. No accountability, no responsibility. I shouldn't be calling out the Black churches, the Black leaders. I should just watch it and let it happen, huh? If that's what pro-Black is, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. Because that tells me you have no moral ground. You have no values. You value nothing. You go wherever the wind goes. You move wherever the wave moves. Like I said, we don't do victimhood over here unless you're a real victim. I'm about pro-human. I am for the people, helping. And it disgusts me when I know that there's churches pushing Black agenda or having sermons on Black history. I still haven't seen the verses where God was talking about Black. I still haven't heard of any scriptures where Jesus was mentioning Black, white, age. I don't recall of those scriptures. People, stop putting colors on everything. Remember, you are human. You didn't get to choose what color you were born. You didn't choose that color. You didn't. If you want to be proud that that's fantastic. Hats off to you. Go, you go. But to be ignorant in doing so, meaning that you can't hold people accountable for their actions, is ridiculous, because you don't want to step on the Black community. I see it as wanting people to do better, not letting them fall. Wanting to see them do better, because it's apparent that they don't know. They either don't know, or people have made them feel like this is the way to go. So with that being said, folks, I I'm not squashing anyone, you know. I'm not telling you not to reserve or not to celebrate this holiday, this month, Black History Month. What I am telling you is that if you're going to, pay attention to it, really look into the history of it. Don't take parts from speeches just to use to fit your agenda. Research the history. Know where you came from, where you come from, and then apply it to your own life. Am I making my ancestors proud? Or am I taking steps backwards? Am I representing them outside of February? Everybody wants to do good in February. Everyone wants to show the colors in February. What about March, April, May, June, July, the rest of the months? Does it just stop after the 28th? Come on now. Come on now. Let's get it together, folks. Let's get it together. So, yeah, like I said, it has never done anything for me. Me being black has, I haven't seen any benefits from it. People might be saying, hey, well, that's the reason, because you're black. Is that the reason? I don't know. Is there, racist people out there? Absolutely. Is there systems set up to keep some people down, to keep them from reaching a higher height? I will agree with you there. Yeah. Have I ran into those systems? I have no idea, because I'm not looking for them. I don't know, because I'm not looking for them. I'm not looking for a hurdle. I'm too focused on what I'm trying to do. I'm not focused on who's trying to stop me. I'm already defeated if I'm looking for the potholes. Have you ever? I'm pretty sure you heard the saying. You don't walk with your head down. You walk with your head up. I'm not looking into the road to find the potholes and the missing pieces of earth that I might fall into. I have a goal that I'm looking straight forward at, that I'm focused on reaching. I'm not looking for these racist systems or these racist people. If they pop up, I see it, call it out, and I keep moving on. That's my move. That's how I'm built. Not looking for a handout. Excuse me. So that's where we at, folks. So I hope this episode brought you some clarity, or even made you question why is there a Black History Month? Why do we need it? Why don't we have a Chinese History Month, or a Native American History Month, or a Hispanic History Month, or even the people that came into the Northeast and built the whole city of New York? The Irish and whoever else. I'm saying Irish because I know a couple of Irishmen that came over. There was many cultures that helped build this country. There were many cultures that had been done wrong by this country. Like I said, I'm not here for the victim, for the victimhood, this victim culture that we're playing, that we want to be a part of. There's many cultures that have been brutalized by this country. Yes, none of them were slaves. Get that. I get that. That's a whole nother topic. I don't even. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway, folks, let's move it on. Let's. If you have any questions, if you have a rebuttal to anything that I'm saying that you want to talk to me about, hit me in my DMs, comment on this video, and we can have a discussion. Real life defining moments, folks. I'm adding something to this. I'm going to add something to this. Q&A. If you have a question, I will answer the question right here, because I'm learning that a lot of people don't like opening up like that. That's giving a piece of them and having it being heard to a lot of people are not like that. It took me a while to get to this point. So if you have a question, we'll do the Q&A. We'll call it Real Life Defining Moments /Q&A. So if you have questions, email them to me at SeeThroughIt SeeThroughIt @gmail.com. Yeah. So as you see that the SeeThroughIt @gmail.com, you can email me your Q&A or your real life defining moments. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, let me know why you are giving it a thumbs down. Follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1. I've been very active on Twitter. Very active. I've been meeting a lot of people. And it's good to know that there's other like-minded individuals. We might not share all the same thoughts, but it's good to know that there's other individuals that are, looking to, have a good conversation about things that they're seeing or things that they're going through. So follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1, Facebook.com/STIPodcast. Join the conversation there. Like the page and share it. Follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. Also follow the brand at Warriors_collection_. Like I said, folks, the page is up. The shop is up. Go patronize it. You can catch all this on audio if you don't want to watch the video. Anchor.fm, Spotify, Radio Public, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Audible from Amazon. A special thanks to Mr. White and Ms. Cassie. I hope Ms. Cassie is feeling better. Thank you for your contributions to the show, folks. Again, thank you to all the listeners, everyone that watches the videos and listens on the audio side, and everyone that likes different posts that I may share. Thank you. And with that said, folks, I hope that you go to the website, check the website out. If anything, just give me some feedback. That is, I would love to know how you feel or how you view the site. And yeah, that's it, folks. I hope this episode was thought-provoking. I didn't do this episode to make anyone mad or to any of that. I just want to know why. Just tell me your reasons why. I mean, if you have a valid reason that's logical, we can talk about it. I'm not anti-black. I'm pro-human. I'm for the people. Like I said, I felt the sting of racism from both sides when I was growing up, from white people and black people. I did a podcast a week ago, and I talked about how I know I said this show was over, but this just popped in my head. I talked about how I grew up wanting to be accepted, and I wasn't accepted. I wasn't accepted by people that I thought looked like me, and I wasn't accepted by people that didn't look like me. So, having this Black History Month, I question, what does that even mean? Like, what is it? Because people that I thought that would be in my corner weren't in my corner. So what is the point of the whole Black History Month? We don't even support each other. We can't even hold each other accountable without being called a Uncle Tom or a coon. Because I want to help someone do better. I'm the Uncle Tom, and I'm the coon. Oh, what a crazy time we are living in. What a crazy time we are living in. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll be back with another one next Wednesday. We might be at our regular time. You know, it depends on what we got going on. I want to let you guys know real quick. We're going to be rebranding. Once this season is over, we're going to be rebranding to a whole nother thing. The title would be different. Warrior's Vision. Like I told you guys before, we've been learning how to see through things and learning how to take emotion out of it and use more logic, more reasoning, and try to match it up with our moral compass and all of that. We're going with Warrior's Vision because now it's time to combat all of it. And when I mean combat, I'm not saying go out there seeking a fight. But what I'm saying is defend your stance on things. Defend it. No wavering. Defend your stance. There's going to be times where you're wrong. As long as you're able to have that conversation and be like, okay, I see I am wrong or whatever. But Warrior's Vision. So get ready for that. I don't know when the season will end. The season will probably end on episode 50, but we'll see how things go. But again, folks, thank you for tuning in for the last time. Thank you for tuning in. And this is the See Through It Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sales. Oh, don't forget, don't be blinded by the media. Hashtag See Through It. I'll see you guys later. Peace.